Warning, the stunts and illusions performed on this program were designed and tested by Criss, a highly trained professional. These demonstrations are extremely dangerous and should not be attempted by anyone, anywhere, at any time.
Lightning strikes thousands of people each year. I want to be next. Electricity is a wonder of nature. I wanted to experience what it's like to be struck by lightning and survive to tell about it.
Chris, how you doing?
Electric chair is 2,000 volts delivered to a person for a period of 60 to 90 seconds in order to deliver a lethal dose. One bolt of lightning can be 100 million volts of electricity.
Chris wants to see what it's like to be hit by a bolt of lightning. We have found the largest Tesla coil in the United States. This Tesla coil can emit a 25-foot arc of plasma.
It's enough to fry the skin right off of you.
Some people believe that being struck by lightning could give you psychic abilities. Have we ever met before, first of all? Seriously, have we ever met? No. It's the first time meeting right now, correct?
Right, yeah.
All right. I want you to think about when you were a little guy, right? You had a favorite candy, right?
Right.
I want you to think about that candy. I want you to take that candy right now, if you could find it in the store. I want you to place it into your mouth. Okay. Let me know when you've done that. They're going to watch me, make sure that I don't cheat, I don't look. There's no way I can possibly know what that is. When you're done, just let me know so I can turn back around, okay?
Okay.
There we go. I'm going to come all the way up over here. Let me know when you've done that. You ready? Okay, keep your mouth closed. I'm going to turn around. Look at me. I want you to really think about when you were a young boy and you used to place this candy in your mouth. Well, you can taste this candy and it could bring you way back. It's almost like hearing a song. Look at me. It's 2 words. It's 2 words. And over here in the first word there's an O. Right? Now or later.
Oh! Did you see me? Oh my God! Oh my God! It's crazy! Oh my God! That's crazy! Now and later. Now
it is. Thank you very much.
Oh my God!
Thanks for the memory, man. You've been to parties when you were a little girl. Think about that time that you were at a party. In that time period of your life, you had a crush on a kid, on a boy. I want you to think of that boy that you had a crush on. I want you to visualize his name.
Oh my God.
Ronald?
Yes. Oh my God. How did you... What did I say?
Did you feel it? Did you feel it?
Yes.
Ronald.
That's my first boyfriend.
And you're friends, aren't you?
Oh my God.
Friends.
My first true love. But how did you just pull that out of my head?
I want you to think back on a vacation that you went to maybe 2 or 3 trips ago.
Okay.
I want you to think about where you went. I believe the place you're thinking of right now was Mexico, am I correct?
Oh my God! Oh.
Now think about something on that trip that meant something to you, at least for that period of time, something that made an impression, and you're thinking of a guy. I want you to think of his name right now. Take off your glasses for me. The eyes are the windows to the soul. I want you to look at my hand right over here. In between my fingers, I want you to visualize his name right over here. It's kind of a short name, am I right? Jesse.
Oh my God! That's crazy.
He just knew where I went on vacation and the guy's name that I met.
Thank God he didn't say anything else.
That was
God, but it's real. It's real.
deep.
I've got goosebumps. I don't think that's right. That's not normal.
We are in Baraboo, Wisconsin. Very cool. Totally different. Wow. This is the Tesla coil.
This Tesla coil is over 16 feet tall. The donut on the top of it is 10 feet wide. It takes 3 days to put it together with a crane and a crew of guys.
The closest thing to lightning that's man-made. So this will give us the opportunity to really test out getting struck by lightning. This is going to be intense, man. This thing's freaking intimidating.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this gadget, but I'm not looking forward to actually striking Chris with the bolt of lightning.
Have you ever done anything like this before? Have somebody that actually wants to be struck by lightning?
No, we haven't.
Sometimes when you get hit by lightning, you have these unusual abilities afterwards, you know? Sometimes your memories increase, and people can do, they're almost like idiot savants, except they're not the idiot part of it. And I don't know if that's where Chris's fascination comes from or not, but it's a dangerous fascination.
I've gotten zapped a lot just with, you know, an outlet on the wall, so I'm sure this is going to be a hell of a lot more intense than that.
What I find truly amusing about lightning lore and myths is this romantic idea that being struck by lightning can deliver some type of power to you. The truth is, for every one of these people, there's 1,000 others who are really suffering and struggling the long-term effects of being struck by lightning.
I'm basically going to be like a lightning rod. I'm going to put a metal suit on so that I can actually conduct a charge to me. This will be an interesting experiment.
Everything he does, we try to plan and well thought out, but it's scary. Everyone is more scary than the one before.
Enter my mind. Feel my mind.
Criss gets struck by 3 million volts. Coming up.
Are you ready?
Mindfreak.
Hi, how are you?
Anything I can help you with today?
I'm just looking around right now.
Anything you see in here you'd like to see from up close?
You have any favorite rings here?
Well, I have a few. This is
Oh, that's very nice.
white one also. It's 2 carats.
Right.
BS1.
Is this white gold or platinum?
That is white gold, actually. Were you looking for something in platinum?
I'm just kind of looking around for something interesting.
Of course.
This is pretty
It is a pretty ring.
interesting. How so solid, huh?
Yes, it is.
I'll show you something. Watch. Let me try a little something for you. Let's see if I can get this just right here.
Oh my God! You did not just do this! I can't believe this! Oh my God! It's the same ring.
So Criss has hung himself by fish hooks, blown himself up, and then he decides he wants to be Benjamin Franklin.
We came up with the Tesla coil, which is the closest thing to actually being struck by lightning. It's a device that will create a 30-foot charge of electricity that I'll be in the center of.
There are so many myths surrounding lightning. Absurd things like you're protected from lightning wearing rubber-soled shoes. You can have the hair singed right off your body, standing outside wearing rubber-soled shoes in a thunderstorm.
This is a shark suit. Apparently it's a $30,000 suit.
So I'll be like a human lightning rod. In theory, it will serve as a form of protection because it will keep the electricity around my body instead of going inside my body. This is not something that has been tested with a person that I'm aware of. I know these guys have never tested it, so at the end of the day, you don't know what the outcome's going to be.
Same principle as chainmail.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it is chainmail.
Yeah, yeah.
Chainmail suit.
Did they leave an extra room in this area, my crotch area? Seriously, did they?
Yeah, we're going to have to pad it out a little bit.
We're not worried about the zipper area right there where the zipper is this stuff going to burn?
No.
Don't point that thing at me. Yeah, it could potentially burn.
Well, that's the thing, is material will burn from the electricity.
You should have a fire extinguisher ready.
Captain Obvious.
This is one of the last stunts that Chris is going to do, just because there is danger. There's real danger involved with this, and I try to talk him out of doing this, but he wants to do it.
Most people that I've talked to about this, when they hear you're wearing a metal suit, you know, it's almost...
You want to be a lightning rod.
Putting on a metal chainmail suit, that's a little over the top.
This is the primary coil, and this is what we're feeding 14,000 volts into, and the energy from that coil is going to couple into the secondary here. And so the secondary is what's going to increase your voltage up to 3 million volts.
We're from Baraboo Ambulance. We're just sitting by in case anything traumatic happens. We're obviously worried about heart attack, respiratory arrest. Any internal injuries that we won't be able to see are going to be burns, ruptured organs.
I'm a little bit nervous, yeah, definitely. This is the first time that we've done anything like this, and I mean, anytime you're dealing with electricity at this voltage, there's a danger factor.
When you have up to 1 billion volts of electricity hit you and pass through you to the earth, it is a complete short circuit of your central nervous system, your cardiovascular system, your brain, everything just stops. That's it, no more, they're gone. The other people that survive, listen, what is ahead for them can be a difficult and long road for recovery.
We don't get a lot of magicians trying to electrocute themselves around Baraboo.
Some people would look at me and say I'm nuts, but for me,
I really am possessed with pushing my own envelope. Not only do I want to do something that hasn't been done, but I want to do it to the degree that no one else will even think or consider doing it.
What I want to do is try to get one right into my head. So if we can raise this up so that I can kind of do that. Is that feasible to try that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, we find ourselves in a situation to where we don't quite know all the variables and the outcome. This one, it's electricity.
You ready to do this? Yep. By the way, we have the hottest looking paramedic here.
Yeah, he is pretty good looking.
I don't go that way.
You hitting on him?
So I might need some mouth-to-mouth later, I don't know.
He'll do it.
Oh, no. I might not either. Not against you, bro, but...
I want to be struck by lightning. I think that when I understand fully the ramifications of electricity and what it does to your body and how it affects you, that will give me the tools to deal with it on a larger scale. That's Mother Nature.
I just wanted you to see it was me going in the suit. Okay. That I don't have a stunt double, unfortunately.
When that charge finally zaps your body and you're surrounded in a chainmail suit of electricity, I hope you're not dead, buddy. I hope you're not dead.
Well, it's a game of numbers, and it's always calculated risk, and one day it's going to come back and bite him. And I just don't want to be there when it does.
Let's just go over what we're doing right now, Matt. We're going to start off at low. When I feel comfortable, I'll tell you to raise it up. And the goal here is to get this thing at 3 million volts.
I had trained for this stunt by getting hit with electric shocks over a period of several weeks. At lower voltages, it just felt like a tingling sensation all over my body.
It didn't start to really get intense until we started using a much higher voltage.
Raise it up! Raise it up, guys!
Into my mind.
कभी कभी मुझे कुछ उन पर खिलाट दे मुझे तड़पाने तड़पाने तड़पाने.
Everything goes wrong for Chris. Next. Are you ready?
Here I was in a chainmail suit, building up to my goal of getting struck by 3 million volts of electricity.
Raise it up! Raise it up, guys!
As the voltage went up, the shock started getting more intense. The tingling sensation was more like a bunch of needles being stuck into my body.
All right, I'm ready. Take it higher. Raise it up higher. Go higher.
At 2 million volts, we were significantly higher than anything I had ever trained with. I had no way of knowing what it would feel like, but I figured that the needle stabs would start to feel more like knives. I couldn't even guess what 3 million volts would feel like, but there was only one way to find out.
All the way up. Raise it up. 3 million volts.
Everybody stay back. Chris. Is it clear?
Everything clear?
Chris.
Get his face mask off, somebody.
Chris. John, we need his face mask off. Chris. Speak to me.
Chris. Got a pulse.
Chris.
Want to get the O2 on him?
This is one of those cases where you could plan for everything, but there's always that 0.5% chance that something could go wrong. We're all freaked and thought he'd been killed.
Let's get him belted in and let's get him to the hospital.
You're right. All right, just gonna put you in the ambulance. I'm gonna take you just to check you out, all right?
All right, let's get rolling. Hug your shirt. All right, big open your arm, Chris. Got all that electricity, so this will feel a little better for you.
Everything was fine at first, at the lower levels, but of course he wanted to see what extreme he can take it to, and he paid the consequences.
They give us a room yet?
Sorry guys, no cameras in here. All right, no problem.
Apparently, in order to get into the suit, there was a zipper which was secured to the rest of the suit by some fabric. And as it turned out, that piece of fabric wasn't entirely protected. Horrifically, that's exactly where he got struck.
Chris doesn't realize fully what he puts his family through when he does these demonstrations. And more than that now, it seems like the whole crew is pretty much emotionally involved with him and got attached to him, and they're all concerned about his safety. I gave him all kinds of tests, CAT scans and EKGs, and thank God he was released against doctor's orders, but he was released that night.
I don't know what happened. What I'm concerned about is that the doctor said to me that I did nerve damage to my foot. How severe, he doesn't know. It could be something that will go away. It could be something that stays that way indefinite. So I'm just hoping that my foot gets better.
So here we are in Las Vegas. It's been about 2 weeks since I was released from the hospital in Baraboo, Wisconsin. I'm happy to say that I fully recovered. My left foot has no nerve damage of any kind. And I feel a huge sense of accomplishment with being struck by the Tesla coil. So I'm ready to move on. I want to be struck by Mother Nature. I want to head over to Florida to do that. They're the #1 state for lightning strikes. So my goal is to go over there and to do diligence, make the proper suit to do it, and I'm hoping that my team will support me in my quest.
Criss, you've already been struck by 3 million volts. I mean, what do you have to prove?
That's what it's about, you know. It's about what separates the men from the boys.
It could also be what separates the living from the dead.
It doesn't matter. For me, it's about pushing the envelope, and that's but I want to do it for people who have been struck by lightning.
You proved you could take the equivalent of lightning with the Tesla strike in preparation for this. It's enough. It was close enough. Why do you have to go any more than this?
We tried talking to Christopher. The whole family, crew, everybody was dead set against this. He saw what happened, and everybody tries talking some sense into him, but he gets something in his mind, and he just wants to do it. I want nothing to do with this. I don't want to be part of a suicide.